everyone, this is Mamta Kaur and welcome to my YouTube channel. How are you all? I hope and I wish you all will be good. Please stay at your home, stay safe, stay healthy. If you are healthy, then only you will be able to make others healthy. Okay, let's start today's topic. Today we will study about a very important topic. So what is that topic? Let's see. Before starting topic, I will give you some clue on the basis of which we will start our class and topic. Everyone of you is knowing fertilization, right? So what is fertilization? Fertilization is when a male gamete and when a female gamete fuse together, then the process of fertilization occurs. So what we need for that? For fertilization, one male we need and one female person we need. Okay, so from female what will come? Ovum. We need ovum from female and we need sperm from male. Okay, then when sperm and ovum fuse together, then this process is known as fertilization. Understood? When male sperm fertilize or when male sperm fuse with the female ovum, then the process is known as fertilization. Then if fertilization occurs, then only the couple can conceive pregnancy. Okay, when fertilization occurs, after that only the couple can achieve the pregnancy. So leave this part. For today's topic we don't need this one. We need only ovum. So ovum, from where this ovum we are getting and how we are getting this ovum. For that we need to draw a rough diagram of uterus. Okay, this is uterus and this is ovary. Okay, so the ovum will be secreted from the ovary. Okay, so ovum will be secreted from the ovary. Then this process of secretion of or release of ovum, this process of release of ovum from ovary is known as ovulation. Okay, this process of release of ovum from ovary is known as ovulation. Now ovulation is a part of which cycle? Yes, you are right. Ovulation is a part of menstruation cycle. Okay, so today's topic will be menstruation cycle. Now we will start the class. So we are going to study about the menstruation cycle. As I already told you, it is the most important cycle which occurs in a woman, and this cycle mainly occurs in a woman during her reproductive age. Okay, means when a woman or a girl get her first menses, from that time up to the age when she undergone through the cessation of menstruation cycle or the stoppage of the menstruation cycle. So in between for the time period between menopause and menarche or menarche to the menopause, a woman undergoes through a series of changes every month. That phases or that changes are known as menstruation cycle. So why menstruation cycle is so much important? Because in every girl and every woman, if a woman is not undergoing through the menstruation cycle, or if a woman is not having proper and regular menstruation cycle, there are the chances that she will not get pregnant, because for pregnancy we need ovum, and ovum we are getting through the menstruation cycle only when at the time of 14 days, means menstruation cycle is of 28 days. So on 14th days the ovulation will occur. At that time the ovum will be completely formed and it will be ready to release. So if there is any coitus or there is a sexual intercourse between the couple, that time if sperm is released from the man, and at the same time if ovum is releasing from the woman, so that time if both male and female gametes get fertilized, so the pregnancy can occur. So menstruation cycle play a very important role in the pregnancy of the couple. So now the introduction of the menstruation cycle. Each month during the years, as I told you, from the puberty to the menopause, a woman undergoes through a number of changes to get it ready for the possible pregnancy. Okay, so each month a woman undergoes through a number of the changes which are responsible for causing a pregnancy in a woman. So this series of hormonal events is called menstruation cycle. As in menstruation cycle, a series of changes occur. Under that, certain hormones also released in our body. In a woman's body, certain hormones like estrogen, progesterone, luteinizing hormone, follicular stimulating hormones, all these hormones are secreted, which also help in participate in the completion of menstruation cycle. Now the average duration of menstruation cycle is about 28 days. It may be plus 4 or it may be minus 4. Means the average day for a whole menstruation cycle is about 28 days. Next definition. While we are studying the menstruation cycle, we need to understand certain definitions like what is menstruation, what is menstruation cycle, what is menarche, and what is menopause. So what is menstruation? The periodic discharge of blood and cellular debris from the female genital tract is termed as menstruation. Okay, what is menstruation? Each month the periodic discharge of blood and cellular debris from the female genital tract, the cellular and the periodic discharge from the genital tract of the woman each month, that is the term we are using is menstruation. And menstruation cycle means cyclical changes occurring from one menstruation to the next comprises a menstruation cycle. Cycle means that will continue, that will not stop. So the menstruation cycle will continue. When this series of events continue to occur again and again each month, then the cycle is known as menstruation cycle. Understood? Now next, what is menarche and what is menopause? Menarche means it is a medical term for a girl first menstruation. Okay, when a girl first time get her periods or the menses, the medical term for that condition is menarche. And in common language we can also say her first period. And it is a mark as beginning of reproductive age of a girl. So menarche is also a remarkable symbol for the beginning of reproductive age of a girl. Means after menarche a girl can get pregnant. So it is also the starting and beginning of the reproductive age of a girl. And the average age for menarche is 11 to 12 years. Means during this year, from 11 to 12 year in between, a girl can get her first period or menarche. But the age nowadays, the age may be differ, or nowadays the children and the girls are getting their periods earlier due to the change in their habits and eating patterns and also day-to-day activities. So age may differ sometimes. The next is menopause. Pause means stop. So it is a medical term for the permanent cessation of menstruation cycle. Menstruation cycle in a woman, it is the time that marks the end of your menstruation cycle. So it is a term for the cessation of menstruation cycle. When a woman get her periods stopped, okay, when there is cessation of or the stoppage of the periods in the woman, the medical term for that is menopause. So average age for menopause is 45 to 55 years. Okay, in between 45 to 55 years of age, a woman can undergo through the menopause. So the starting and beginning of menstruation cycle is menarche, and the cessation of menstruation cycle is menopause. Now through this picture, briefly we will understand what is a menstruation cycle. So here in this picture you can see, now you can see at last you will see 0 days to 28 days. As I already told you, the average duration of menstruation cycle is 28 days. So last graph you say it is a uterine cycle. Uterine cycle means what are the changes that occurs in the uterus during the whole menstruation cycle. So you can say, see here, 4 phases are there: menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulation and the luteal phase. So menses phase will be first 0 to 6 days are menstrual phase. Then from 0 to 14 days of menstruation is follicular phase. Then after 14 days the luteal phase will start. Then after luteal phase again the menstruation cycle will be starting. So in uterus, what are the changes during the menstruation phase? There will be shedding of the uterine lining. So uterus lining will be shedding. Then after the completion of menstrual phase, again the uterus will prepare itself for the receiving of fertilized ovum. So there will be again thickening of the uterine line, and again the uterus will prepare itself for the receiving of the fertilized ovum. And after that, after ovulation, after 4 to 5 days of ovulation, if fertilization not occurs or if women not get pregnant, again there will be the starting of the menstruation phase. So cycle will be continue like this only. Then above it, ovarian hormones. The hormones, as I already told you, in menstruation cycle hormonal cycle also occurs. So ovarian hormones will be released like estradiol and progesterone. Estradiol means estrogen and progesterone will be released. First there will be a decline in the level of estrogen during the menstrual phase. So slight as the menstruation phase over, then as the follicular phase starts and ovulation at the follicular phase progress to the ovulation, then there will be increase in the estradiol and progesterone to prepare uterus to receive the fertilized ovum. Then anterior pituitary hormones, you can see there the luteinizing hormone and the follicular stimulating hormones. These are the anterior pituitary hormones, and estradiol and progesterone are the ovarian hormones. Then above that, body temperature. So body temperature will also be increased, especially during the ovulation phase. So that time, if the body temperature increase, that time we can easily identify that there are more chances of a woman can get pregnant. Then above that you can see the ovarian cycle. Ovarian cycle means how the ovum is getting mature and how then it is converting into the corpus luteum and corpus albicans. So these all are the processes which are occurring during the whole cycle of the menstruation cycle. Now next menstruation cycle. Now the menstruation cycle is divided into 4 phases. In some books and in somewhere you will find there are only 3 phases of menstruation cycle, but sometimes we can also say there are 4 phases of the menstruation cycle, but it's somewhere 3 phases are given. That is also right. They can include this menstruation and follicular phase together. So but basically there are 4 phases of the menstruation cycle. So first phase is menstrual phase, second is follicular phase or proliferative phase, third one is ovarian phase, and the fourth one is the luteal phase, or we can say secretory phase. Okay, now first we will start with the menstruation phase. So menstruation phase, it is also known as bleeding phase. During this phase, a woman will be having vaginal bleeding or the bleeding through the genital tract. So it is the first phase of menstruation cycle, and it is when you get your first menses. This phase starts when an egg from the previous cycle isn't fertilized because of pregnancy hasn't taken place. As I already told you, if a woman is not getting pregnant, then unfertilized ovum will be released through the genital tract. So menstrual phase will start only when a woman is not getting pregnant. At the same time, there will be decrease in the estrogen and progesterone hormones. Why? Because estrogen and progesterone, they are mainly helping in preparing the uterus to receive the fertilized ovum. So if there is no fertilized ovum, then there is no need of estrogen and progesterone. So automatically there will be a decrease or drop in the level of estrogen and progesterone. So at the same time, there is no need of uterus to be prepare itself to receive the fertilized ovum. So with the time, the thickening line of the uterus will also be shed out through the vagina. Next, during this phase you will release a combination of, so in the menstruation phase bleeding will be there, so there will be a combination of blood, mucus and tissue from the uterus, which will be releasing out from our body through the genital tract or the vagina. So if a girl or a woman is having menstrual phase, so during menstrual phase, due to all this shedding out of the uterine line and the breaking of the endometrium walls of the uterus, and also releasing of unfertilized ovum, and the breaking of the small vessels and the blood vessels in the uterus, so the number of symptoms a woman can have, so these are known as period symptoms. So woman and the girl can undergo, maybe she is having cramps, tiredness, mood swing will be there due to hormonal changes, low back pain will be there due to this breaking of the endometrium of the uterus and also the small blood vessels, headache may be there, irritability will be there, sometimes tenderness in the breast and bloating abdomen, etc. These all symptoms can occur in a woman during her menstrual phase. These all symptoms, occurrence of these symptoms also depend on our habits, as well as if we are not taking any medication, or if we are not having any other problem related to our uterus, or if we are taking pills and all, so that can all indirectly affect our menstruation period. So if we are having all these things, it can further complicate our menstruation cycle, and we will be having more symptoms that time. Next, average duration of menstruation cycle is 3 to 7 days. Now next is follicular or proliferative phase. Now menstruation phase has been completed, okay, then after that follicular phase will be starting. So it is start on the first day, so there is some overlapping with the menstrual phase and end when you ovulate. So menstruation phase is from 0 to 6 to 7 days, okay, but follicular phase is also from 0. So sometimes there is overlapping between menstruation phase and proliferative phase. Beginning of both menstruation and follicular phase is same, but the follicular phase is, ends when there is ovulation or when we ovulate. Now what are the hormonal secretion here? It starts when, so due to the hormones, like the hypothalamus will send a signal to your pituitary gland to release, there is release of follicular stimulating hormone in the follicular phase. So this hormone, what it will do, it will stimulate your ovary to produce around 5 to 20 small sacs called follicles. So pituitary hypothalamus will send information to the anterior pituitary, and the anterior pituitary will release a hormone, follicular stimulating hormone. So what follicular stimulating FSH, what it will do, it will stimulate our ovary. It will stimulate our ovary to release around 5 to 20 small sacs, and the sacs are known as follicles. Then each follicle contains an immature egg. Only the healthier egg will eventually mature. Number of eggs, follicles will convert into a number of eggs, but only a healthier one. The healthier egg will be eventually mature. On a rare occasion, sometimes a woman may have 2 eggs. So if a woman is having 2 eggs in one menstruation cycle, and if intersexual intercourse occurs that time, so there are more chances that twins pregnancy can occur. Understood? Then rest of the follicles will be reabsorbed into your body. Only in rare cases there will be release of 2 ovum, okay, but occasionally there is release of only one ovum in each menstruation cycle, but sometimes two ovum can also be released. It is also a normal condition. Then rest of the follicles, they will be reabsorbed into your body. Next, follicular phase continue. The mature follicle sets off a surge in estrogen that thickens the lining of your uterus. This creates a nutrient-rich environment for an embryo to grow. At the same time, at the follicular phase continue to grow. At the same time, it also cause sets off. It also cause decrease in the level of estrogen also. Okay, what is the function of estrogen? It helps in the thickening of the lining of your uterus, as well as it is also creating an environment for our embryo to grow. So this surge in the estrogen level, it will cause the uterus lining thicken. Means if the estrogen level is decreasing, at the same time there will be increase in the progesterone level. So the progesterone, if progesterone is increasing, then automatically it will create a nutrient environment for the embryo to grow. And the average duration of follicular phase is 11 to 27 days. Now next one is the ovulation phase. So in ovulation phase, as the name is saying, ovulation, there will be ovulation or the formation of the mature ovum. So rising estrogen level during follicular phase trigger your pituitary gland to release. If in follicular phase there was also increase in the estrogen level. So if estrogen level is increasing, indirectly what it will cause, it will trigger the follicular phase, and it will trigger the pituitary gland to release luteinizing hormone. This is what starts the ovulation. So with the release of luteinizing hormone, there will be starting of the ovulation. Ovulation is when your ovary releases a mature egg. The egg travels down the fallopian tube towards the uterus to be fertilized by the sperm. Okay, so as the luteinizing hormone is releasing, it will cause the, or it will start the ovulation. So after ovulation, the ovary will release ovum, then that ovum will travel across the fallopian tube for the fertilization, for its fertilization with the sperm. Means if intercourse will occur, then it will be fertilized in the fallopian tube. Okay, next, ovulation phase is only time, and it is the only time of your menstruation cycle when there are more chances that a woman can get pregnant, because there is release of ovum, that what we need for the fertilization with the sperm of the man. So we can also say that a woman is ovulating. Such symptoms, there will be slight rise in the body temperature, thickened discharge that has a texture of egg and white. Okay, means how we can say the certain, there will be increase in the body temperature during the ovulation phase. So we can say that that is the perfect time for getting pregnant. The ovulation occur at around, what is the timing? It occurs around the 14 days. If you have 28 days cycle, means if we are having a regular 28 days menstruation cycle, so at the exact 14 days ovulation will be start right in the middle of your menstruation cycle. It lasts for about 24 hours, and after a day egg will die or dissolve itself if it is not fertilized. So the lifespan of the ovum is less as comparison to the sperm. So if it is not fertilizing within 24 hours, then it will be dissolved. Okay, it will be automatically dissolved. Next phase is luteal phase. After ovulation phase, luteal phase will be starting. It is also known as secretory phase. After follicles release its egg, it changes into corpus luteum. Okay, as the follicles release egg, it will be converting into the corpus luteum. As ovum is not fertilized, so the follicles will be converting into the corpus luteum. This structure release the hormones mainly. Then this corpus luteum, it will release the hormones like progesterone and some estrogen. The rise in hormones keeps your uterine lining thick and ready for a fertilized egg to implant. Okay, then if there is increase in the progesterone estrogen level, it will be continue to increase for the time, and it will wait for the fertilized ovum or the egg to be implanted. Okay, so if you do not get pregnant, your body will release if you do get pregnant, means if a woman get pregnant, what we will do, the body will release HCG hormone. What is HCG hormone? Human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. It will release, and it helps to maintain corpus luteum and keeps the uterus lining thick. And what it helps? It helps in the thickening of the uterus, because now we need to make the endometrium or the uterus more strong and thick to receive the fertilized ovum. So there will be a release of HCG hormone if a woman get pregnant. Okay, so for the pregnancy test, we are also checking the HCG hormone. If there is presence of HCG hormone in our body, it is a confirmation test for the pregnancy. And if you don't get pregnant, the corpus luteum will shrink away and it will be reabsorbed. So there will be no need of corpus luteum. So there will be no, if there is no corpus luteum, there will be no secretion of the HCG hormone. At the same time, the corpus luteum will be shrink away and it will be reabsorbed. So this will lead to decreased level of estrogen and progesterone, which cause the onset. If there now there is no need, as the ovum is not fertilized, so there is no need of these hormones, estrogen and progesterone. So automatically there will be a decreased level of estrogen and progesterone in our body, which automatically cause the onset of your periods, and the uterine lining will shed during your period. Okay, during this phase, if you don't get pregnant, you may experience, if a woman is not getting pregnant during the luteal phase, okay, so a number of symptoms can occur, and these symptoms are known as premenstrual symptoms. So the symptoms which a woman is having during the luteal phase, the symptoms are known as premenstrual symptoms. Why it is known as premenstrual symptoms? Because after luteal phase there will be menstruation phase. So the symptoms which occur before menstruation are known as pre-menstruation symptom or luteal phase symptoms. So symptoms what will a woman will have? So the bloating abdomen can be there, breast swelling and tenderness and pain, mood swing will be there, headache, sometimes weight gain, changes in the sexual desire, food craving, trouble, sleeping, etc. So all these are the symptoms, premenstrual symptoms, which can occur during the luteal phase or during the premenstrual phase. An average duration of luteal phase is 14 days or 11 to 17 days. Okay, so this was all about the menstruation phase. So menstrual cycle is having 4 phases. First phase is menstruation phase, second phase is proliferative phase, and third phase is ovulation, and fourth phase is the luteal phase or secretory phase. Next, what are the problems with the menstruation cycle? Okay, problems with the menstruation cycle means if you are having any problem with your menstruation cycle, then immediately we have to inform to our healthcare providers, and we have to take the adequate treatment and the appropriate treatment in order to prevent ourselves for the further complications. So what are the problems which can occur with the menstruation cycle? Each woman menstruation cycle is different. So if you are skipping your periods, or your periods have stopped entirely without getting pregnant, if you are getting pregnant and you are having amenorrhea, means absence of menses, so that is right thing. This is normal condition. Amenorrhea is the first symptom of when a woman get pregnant, she will not have her periods. But if without getting pregnant you are skipping your periods, then again it is a problem. Your periods are irregular and you bleed more than 7 days, means menses phase is prolonged. If you are having prolonged menses phase more than 7 days, if the whole cycle is less than 21 days or more than 35 days, if you bleed in between the cycle, or means other than menstrual phase, if you bleed in between the cycle, then and it is more than a spot, then you need to you may be having some serious problems. So you need to consult with your health care provider for preventing yourself for the further complications. Now, conditions that can alter your menstruation cycle. So there are a number of conditions which can alter a normal menstruation cycle. So what are they? So there are a number of conditions which can alter a normal menstruation cycle. What are they? first, birth control. If you are taking any birth control, if you are using any birth control method, so birth control methods if you are using, then it sometimes it can cause shorter menstrual period or the lighter menstrual period, because birth control methods which we are using, we are taking pills and all, they are containing the hormone. So if hormonal disbalance is there, or if you are taking any hormone in our body, so indirectly it will alter our menstruation cycle, or sometimes you won't get a period at all. Okay. Next, pregnancy. So as I already told you, amenorrhea is the first symptom for the pregnancy. So if you are pregnant, that time you will miss your period, and if you are missing your period, that is a normal condition. Next, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. As the ovary is helping it, as the ovary is the main source of releasing ovum. So if there is any problem in the ovary, so automatically there will be no release of ovum, or periods will be irregular, or sometimes missed period will be there. Next, uterine fibroids. These are the non-cancerous growth in the uterus. So these are the non-cancerous growths in the uterus. So it can also make your periods longer and heavier than the usual. Next, eating disorders. If a woman or girl is having an eating disorders like anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, or any other, sometimes overeating, sometimes under eating, or continuous starvation, so it will means if we are on continuously dieting and starvation, so it will not give energy to our body. So if body is not getting energy, automatically hypothalamus will not get energy, so it will not work properly, and it will not stimulate the other organs to release the hormones which are necessary for the menstruation cycle. So ultimately it will alter our normal menstruation cycles. So these all were the certain conditions which can alter our normal menstruation cycle or the periods. Now some interesting facts about the menstruation cycle. Now here a picture you can see. Average duration of menstruation cycle is 28 days. So first 7 days, means from first to 7 days, these are the least fertile days. Why? Because the woman is undergoing through the menses and the bleeding phase, so there is no ovum, so there are least chances of getting pregnant. 8 to 99 days possibility to conceive, and 10 to 14 days it is the most fertile window days, best chances of conception. 8 to 9 days there may be chances to conceive, because if the woman is not having a regular menses, so sometimes there are chances the woman can get pregnant. Okay. In what condition? If they are having sexual intercourse before 2 to 3 days of ovulation. So the lifespan of sperm is more, so sperm can survive more than 72 hours, so there are chances that pregnancy can occur. But the 10 to 14 days of menstruation cycle, these are the best days of getting pregnant. Okay, so it is also known as fertile window time. Then 15 to 16 days, again also there are chances or possibility to conceive. 70 to 28 days, thickening of uterine lining will be there and unlikely to conceive. This is not the right period to get pregnant. Now, danger and safe period in the menstruation cycle. So what will be the danger period? 8 to 16 days of menstruation cycle means when we are near to the ovulation. We are away from ovulation, or we are near to the ovulation, means before ovulation and after ovulation, the days are known as danger period. Why? Because if a couple is having sexual intercourse in that time, there are more chances of getting pregnant. So these days are known as danger period of menstruation cycle. Then 1 to 7 days of menstruation cycle and 17 to 20 days of menstruation cycle, these are known as safe period, because in the possibility of pregnancy is less. So if they are having sexual intercourse also, the chances of pregnancy is less. So these periods are known as safe period of the menstruation cycle. Now next, average blood loss. The average blood loss during the whole menstruation cycle is less than 80 ml, or in average we can say 30 to 60 ml. Menstrual blood banking. As mentioned, most of us we think that the blood which is releasing during the menstruation cycle is it is not good or it is unhygienic, but we all are wrong. Menstrual blood we are using, we are having the now we are having the menstrual blood banking. So what menstrual blood banking are doing, they are collecting the blood during the menses. During the menses, the bleed which a woman undergoes through the bleeding, so that blood they are collecting, and that is very useful. And this blood they are using for the purpose of cell therapy. Okay, so now the menstruation blood, it can be donated, it is not a waste one, it can be donated and can be used to treat a number of condition. Okay, so this all was all about the menstruation cycle. So if you liked my video, or if you liked my content and the explanation, please do like and share my video. And for further more educational videos, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Once again, thank you so much for watching and giving your precious time to see my video. So stay tuned, stay at your home, stay safe. Thank you so much.